The repercussions of Donald Trump's interview with Joe Rogan were not only the clips of the interview itself, which were completely outrageous, but a crowd in Michigan was made to wait for 3 hours out in the cold for Donald Trump to show up. An extraordinarily red-looking Trump recorded a video message to his fans explaining how late he was running. He was already an hour late at this point and said there were still multiple hours to go. Why is he late to everything?
Big screen.
Including doing Joe Rogan, and we want to just win. So I said, will they understand in Traverse City? Otherwise, I'll be very upset with myself. And I think you will. And it's a Friday night, so we can sit around. We'll do an extra special job when we get there. I think we land in about 2 hours, and we're stepping on the
He's an hour late and landing in 2 hours.
gas. But it's all about winning, and we had to spend some extra time with some people, and lots of people actually. But we are going to do a special performance, and we'll be
It'll
there.
be extra special.
And I think you'll see the plane land and the whole thing, and we really appreciate it. Hope you can stay around. We'll be about 2 hours. I should land around 10 or a little before that. And I appreciate it very much. We're going to have a good time tonight. See you in a little while.
Okay, so then people started to leave. Essentially, when he was already an hour late and announced that it would be 2 more hours, here are people in Traverse City, Michigan, just leaving. I mean, listen, I don't know why anyone would even go to one of these rallies to begin with. I've said that before. But once you hear it's going to be 3 hours late, it's cold, there's elderly folks, I mean, it just doesn't make any sense. And so people start leaving, and good for them. Trump ultimately does make it, comes out dressed in black to the Undertaker's theme in a really bizarre moment. And then I'm not going to make you suffer like this, but he stood on stage for a while as the Undertaker theme from WWE, or when it used to be WWF, who knows? It was just playing. Right. Okay, so people had to stand through that. Then they did the Lee Greenwood, proud to be an American, that whole thing that Trump loves, and he just stands there rotating, hinged at the waist. They stood through that, and then they had to stand through Ave Maria as well. And a very strangely colored Trump just standing there. By the way, the guy who is known as Brick Suit, who we've interviewed before, you can see him above Trump's right shoulder wearing what looks like a brick suit. That's quite a guy. And in general, Michigan was just weird for Trump. This is from a different Michigan campaign stop now, Trump in Novi, Michigan, where he says, no more cows if I lose.
No, these people are for real. The cows are going to disappear. No more cows. No more anything.
Yes. And as you remember, Trump said that if Biden won, there would be no more air conditioning, no more indoor heating, no more windows, no more flushable toilets, no more water pressure for showering. There was just going to be nothing. And poof, if Trump loses, the cows will just be gone. And then Trump continuing his campaign of terror against the media. The media.
See, now the camera didn't show that. So for all of you at home, you're going to have to come in and watch in person. Can you imagine? It's so nasty. They're so nasty. They're so evil. They are actually the enemy of the people. They really are. So
we have two major enemies that Trump believes we need to fight against. Not uncaring corporate interests, not authoritarian dictators around the world, not climate change. No, we need to fight against the enemy within, aka voters who don't support Trump, and we need to fight against the media, the enemy of the people. This is a classic desensitization technique. When Trump first said the media is the enemy of the people, it got headlines. They didn't last as long as they should have. They weren't as alarmist as they should have been, but there were headlines when Trump first said the media is the enemy of the people. Now he says it just about every rally. It gets zero coverage. And then finally, just to give you a sense of how dead Trump's audience was in Novi, he's just ranting incoherently, flitting about from one topic to another, and the crowd is just silent. You could hear a pin drop.
How I got into politics in the first place.
And I know the audio is a disaster.
But we're going to bring all those plants back. We're going to bring all those jobs back. And I've been saying that for her. She's never said that. But every single thing, and if you have her, it's not going to happen. I don't believe. Look, I'm not supposed to say this because you got to vote. If you don't vote, otherwise.
So the crowd completely silent and quiet. And it actually got so bad at this point that even Fox News cut away. This stuff is so toxic. Even Fox is like, I guess we'll go to something different.
One day they had 39 million votes. At the end, they had a winner, they had a loser, and that was it. Everybody went home. That's crazy. And we're going to get it back. With your help, 10 days from now. But there's a big lobby against it, you know.
All right, you've been listening to former President Trump in Novi, Michigan. We'll continue to monitor that and bring you any news if it...
All right, so another day, another flat, half-filled rally. The next 8 days are going to be nuts as far as these rallies go. Dueling rallies most days, either for Trump and or Vance, as well as Harris and or Tim Walz. We'll be covering them. We're getting to the end. I don't even know if I should talk about polling anymore. Whenever I talk about polling, people get mad. And it's like, we're 8 days away. What difference does it make? We'll know the results soon. So let me know, do you want a final polling update? Yes or no? We have a great bonus show for you today. We will talk about the further fallout from the Tony Hinchcliffe fiasco. We will talk about the mass deportation idea polling very poorly, very, very poorly. And also about the Washington Post's non-endorsement decision. They will not endorse in the White House race. Why? Well, you ask 8 people, you'll get 10 answers on this one. All of that and more on today's bonus show. Sign up at joinpacman.com. I wrote a book. This was so much work and a long time coming, but I am thrilled about how it turned out, and I hope you will read it. The book is called The Echo Machine. The 10-second summary is I explain how things broke in American politics, how to fix it, and which countries have already figured it out. No matter who wins in November, we need a plan, and that's what the book is about. If Trump wins, the book is a warning about how we got here and how to prevent it from getting worse. If Kamala Harris wins, the book explains what we do with this incredible opportunity to improve the lives of Americans. The book faces long odds, I will admit. There's the belief that to have a successful political book, you need corporate media, and that it really can't be done successfully with an independent media platform like mine. But I believe that we can prove them wrong. I hope you will order the book today. You can get The Echo Machine at davidpakman.com/echo on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Audible, Kindle, anywhere that books, ebooks, and audiobooks are sold. You can also call any local bookstore, ask them to order The Echo Machine by David Pakman. No matter where you get the book, you will get the free pre-order bonuses, including a signed book plate. After ordering, just go to davidpakman.com/freebookstuff. davidpakman.com/freebookstuff to get the free stuff. Let's do this.